what to do.
I can tell you what to do.
You do not tell me what to do. You do not tell me what to do.
Or what? Are you going to hit me?
Do you want it?
I don't want
Because you're
to.
asking for it. You're dying for it.
How's it going, everyone? I'm here to share my thoughts on Oedipus Rex, along with my realization that even though I'm nice and cartoony, I still look like a 13-year-old boy. You're probably thinking, but Emma, that doesn't even look anything like you. Yes, in all honesty, my first impression after reading Oedipus Rex in its entirety was that it reminded me a whole lot of an episode of Jerry Springer. There's a huge mess about fathers, lots of angry exchanges of words, and truckloads of feeling bad for yourself. In this video, I'll be going over a summary of the book, my thoughts on the elements of plot and narrative, and my overall rating and recommendation of the book. This tragedy was really fun to read, and I think talking about it will be loads of fun. The play begins with Oedipus, king of Thebes, confronted with a plague running about his population. In order to find out what to do, he enlists the help of Creon, his brother-in-law and sharer of the throne, and Tiresias, a prophet who delivers not-so-great news to Oedipus. It turns out that a certain man has brought a curse to Thebes, thus making a plague wash over the people. Creon says the murderer of the previous king, Laius, is in Thebes, and in order to be rid of the plague, he must be disposed of or be forced to leave the land. What happens next may surprise you. Alert, this is the end of the non-spoiler section. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't go on. Thanks! It turns out that Tiresias has foreseen Oedipus to be the cursed one that Thebes must be rid of. And as you might guess, Oedipus was Oedipus was not exactly thrilled about Tiresias saying this. He then turns to Creon, accusing him for conspiring against him with the man. Oedipus wants to punish him and Tiresias with death, or at the very least, exile. As things heat up, Jocasta, the queen of Thebes and Oedipus's wife, comforts Oedipus by telling him about the prophecy brought to her when she had her child. She thought it wasn't true. She was told her child was destined to kill his father and marry his mother. In order to avoid this, the child was pinned at the ankles and left to die. Jocasta doesn't know that he was saved by a shepherd and raised in a separate kingdom, only to return and answer the Sphinx's riddle and become king. Red flags start going off for Oedipus when Jocasta says Laius, the previous king of Thebes, was killed at a three-way crossroads. Oedipus scours his people for confirmation that it was the same place he killed someone. Unfortunately for him, the tale checked out. He had killed Laius, confirmed as his father by the person who saved him, thus fulfilling half the prophecy. Furthermore, Oedipus had always questioned his lineage as a child, and determined to find an answer, uncovered a dirty truth. Laius was his father, and Jocasta was his mother. No matter how hard his parents tried to stop him from fulfilling the prophecy, it happened somehow. In a panic at learning this, Jocasta kills herself and Oedipus blinds himself. He asks Creon to be exiled to a land far away for being both incestuous and murderous. At this point, he's in total despair. The messengers wrap up the tale of woe, and the play comes to an end. One element that really sticks its head out during the play is the irony. Loads and loads of irony. It starts with Oedipus swearing to conquer this unknown cursed enemy while being the person he's swearing to destroy. Then it's the irony of Jocasta being like, whoa, don't worry about this whole prophecy thing. It's a load of bull hockey, because there was this one prophecy that's totally not true. You're totally not my son, and so on and so forth. I think this element is really what makes the tragedy a tragedy, and what makes the story so entertaining. In a way, it's a bit predictable because of the build-up, but the irony creates a dynamic environment that keeps the reader on their toes. The predictability is in no way a bad thing. I like it that way because it keeps the story within reason and something the reader can believe. It's never too much for the reader to process, but it provides loads of engagement so that the reader is never bored. I love how the story never seems to drag on at any part. I hate stories that don't seem to get anywhere in like 60 pages. Another element of the plot I really enjoy is the establishment of characters, their personalities, and their development as the play progresses. The characters enrich the story with their detailed backstories and mysterious origins. For example, Oedipus's backstory is shrouded in confusion even for him before the climax of the story. It really feels as though the audience is along for the ride of this journey of self-discovery. His reactions feel authentic to what his character is supposed to be. Oedipus's tone when speaking to different people is also evident, revealing different sides to his multifaceted character. I just think he's neat. The way these characters react to certain situations also aid in shaping the culture in which they live. Their customs are unique, and so are they. The honesty and authenticity of these characters are the sole reason I enjoy them as much as I do, and I enjoy all the characters a lot. So overall, the subtleties in both the irony and the characterization enhance the overall enjoyment you're gonna get out of the story. In my opinion, it's a super fun read in terms of exploring the characters and anticipating what is really going on. I actually really enjoyed this book. Its storyline is really unique, especially compared to modern storylines. Its message of, "you can't escape fate," isn't one you see conveyed every day. Overall, I love it because it's different. It was challenging, but also rewarding to read. To end this video, I give Oedipus Rex a 9 out of 10. I recommend it to people wanting to read an actually interesting classic and want a challenge in terms of content comprehension. Well, that wraps it up. I hope you all enjoyed my book review of Oedipus Rex. Have anything you want to discuss? I'll catch you in the comments below. Peace!
How I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying.
It's not personal.
I'm gonna kill myself!
Wow.
I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
Morning, Alex. You better watch out.